Hello students, we are going to start with class 10 application of trigonometry. As you already learned that in introduction to trigonometry, the meaning of trigonometry, the various trigonometrical ratios and the angles related to this. And we know that basically this application of trigonometry is used in practical life for measuring the height of the vertical object, or if you want to calculate the distance from here you can find from the sun, on where you are standing you can calculate the distance. It is also used in the field of astronomy. Actually, the basic need for this was developed in the use of astronomy, where we can calculate the distance between the earth and the planets and stars. It is used in also in the various field in geography, in the field of geography, also in navigation. When you go into future studies, also engineering, 11th standard, 12th standard, this astronomy is very, very useful. Now, to start with the basic concept of standard 10, we should know two angles. That is, first is angle of elevation. Now, as we know, what do you mean with the word elevation? Elevation is something to remember, that is when you raise your head. Raise your head. So suppose if you want to see an object, if an object is there at the top, and if you are standing at the ground level, if you are standing at the ground level, and if the object is at the top, for example, there is a tree, and here you can find out the object here is suppose coconut. Okay, and you want to see this coconut, and I'll just collect this as green color. So here your object is, you're observing this coconut from here, and you are at the ground level, you're observing. So you need to raise your hand, raise your head to see this coconut. So what you're doing is, whenever we walk, we always see the horizontal level. We always look straight and walk. That is a straight when you walk. So this is actually the line that is called as horizontal level, and the horizontal level is always parallel to the ground. Horizontal level is always parallel to the ground. Because I know that whenever we walk, we always look straight, right? This is a horizontal level. Now, when we have to look an object up, we have to raise our head, raise our eyes up, and we have to see up. So this angle that is formed, this angle that we can say theta, is called as angle of elevation. Is called as angle of elevation. Now this line which is formed from your eye level, to the object, this is also said to be line of sight. It's said to be line of sight. So here we can say angle of elevation of an object is nothing but this angle. The angle formed. So I will just write the definition for you. So it is the angle formed. Angle of elevation is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal. Here we can know that whenever an angle is there, angle is formed between two rays. Now these two rays are nothing but the horizontal level and the line of sight. Elevation, elevator, you know that you use that elevator to go up and down. So here you will just remember, you have to raise your head up. So whenever you have to raise your head up to look at the object, the angle formed is angle of elevation. Next angle which you should know, very important, that is angle of depression. Now as you must have guessed it very rightly, that angle of elevation is nothing but when you have to raise your head up. When you have to lower your head, okay, I'll just write it again. When you have to lower your head or our head, we see the object. When you have to look down to see an object, then the angle formed is angle of depression. Other terminology remains the same. So for example, you are standing, this is a building, so here suppose this is a building, and in this building you are standing at the top. And now you're observing, suppose your ball has fell down, you're playing in the terrace and your ball has fell down, and now you're observing the ball. So now this is your line of sight. So you have lowered your head to see the object which is at the ground level where you're standing up, correct? So here this is a line of sight, and then When is the horizontal level? The horizontal level is always when we look straight. So this is a horizontal level. So now this angle which is formed here, that is between the line of sight, and the horizontal level, this angle theta, I can say this is angle of depression. This is angle of depression, that is angle formed by the line of the sight with the horizontal, that is called as angle of depression. Angle of depression is formed when you have to lower your head. So remember, when you're depressed, you always lower our head. So just remember this way, that lower your head means depression, where you have to lower your head down to see the object. So angle is basically formed between the two rays, and the two rays is said to be horizontal level and line of sight. So horizontal level is always when elevation is there, it is always a ground level. But when you are standing at the top, the horizontal level, it is very compulsory that you have to draw. And here also horizontal level is parallel to the ground. That remains the same. But here it is in the air, and there you imagine, right? So horizontal level and the line of sight. So when you lower your head, the angle formed is angle of depression. Okay. So here are some few examples here I just can. So if the person here, see here, this is a horizontal line, this is the angle of elevation. The person is the ground level and looking at the top of this tower. So here this line of sight horizontal, this angle that is formed, this angle of elevation. Now here the person is top. Can you see the person here? He's at the top B and he is looking at the ship. So this is a tower again. Here the ship. So the person is looking from up B to the point A. So here this dotted lines represents the imaginary line, actually represents the horizontal level. So this is a horizontal level, and here AB represents the angle line of sight, and the angle X degree represents the angle of depression. So here the person standing here, can you see, he is lowering his head to see the object. Here the person has to raise the head to look. So raise the head means elevation, lower the head means its angle of depression. Let's start solving the problem. That is exercise 9.1 first one, so that you are very clear. In application of trigonometry in class 10, the first thing you are expected to draw the figure. Predict the figure. Once you predict the figure, then you just have to find out the right angle triangle in that and apply the appropriate trigonometric ratio. Let's start solving. Now this diagram is already given in the textbook. I'll just draw for you. That is, here it is given as AB and here it is given as C. So diagram was given already. So a circle, I'll just draw what else was given in the textbook. So this is given. So let's start solving. A circus artist is climbing a 20-meter long rope. So here you can find out the rope is usually not straight. It's not possible. So slanting. So AC is a rope 20 meter which is tightly stretched and tied from the top of the vertical pole to the ground. So here we can find A is the top of the vertical pole and C is the point on the ground. You have to find the height of the pole. So height means usually it's vertical. So height is vertical. So you have to find out the height of the pole. Let's just denote by H. You have to find that if the angle made by the rope with the ground level. So the angle that is formed with the rope and the ground. So this is actually the rope and this is actually the ground level. BC is the ground level and AC is the rope. So this is ground level. This angle is formed as 30 degree. Now they are asking us to find out the height of the pole. So whenever in this case, this is a 2-marker sum. So we can directly write here, since the diagram is given, that in right triangle ABC, we have to see that the given angle is 30 degree. What is the relation of this given angle with the required side? That is, this is the required side and the given side. What is the relation of this angle 30 degree with the required side, that is AB, and this one is the given side. So this is opposite, this is hypotenuse, opposite hypotenuse. So we have to use which relation? Sine 30 degree equals to h upon 20. Sine 30 is nothing but half equals to h upon 20. This implies we'll get 20 equals to 2h. Therefore, h equals to 10 meter. So here we got that this height of the pole is 10 meter. So we got the answer. Height of the pole is 10 meter. Don't forget to write the statement at the last. Since for 2 marks, this many steps are is enough. Now let's do the second sum. It's given a tree breaks due to storm. A tree breaks due to storm, and the broken part bends so that the top of the tree touches the ground, making an angle of 30 degrees with it. The distance between the foot of the tree to the point where the top touches the ground is 8 meters. Find the height of the tree. So here there is necessary that you have to draw a tree. So let's draw a tree first. So here let's try to interpret the figure. That's very important. I have taken adjusted 90 degree. I have drawn a tree. So let's assume that this is a tree. AB is a tree. Okay. AB is a tree. Now a tree breaks due to storm. So if a tree is breaking, so A is the top of the tree and B is the foot of the tree. And let me draw the ground level also. Sorry, I'm not using the scale. Here so tree is breaking. Some part of the tree is breaking due to storm. So let's assume that this AC part is broken. So and the broken part, that means the broken part AC, it is bending down so that the top means this A, it is touching the ground and making an angle of 30 degrees with it. So let's assume that this portion AC, now it has been broken, and since it's broken, I'm just doing dotted lines and now it touches the ground. Let's assume that now it is A dash. The same A has become A dash, and so that the top of the tree, can you see the top of the tree now A, it is broken down and now it has come to A dash. It touches the ground, making an angle of 30 degrees. So now it is making the top of the tree with the ground makes an angle of 30 degrees. The distance between the foot of the tree, foot of the tree is B, and the point where the top that touches the ground. So this is the top, this is the foot of the tree. The distance between them is 8 meters. You have to find the height of the tree. So in this case, you have to find the height of the tree. So here we can just write height of tree is nothing but AB. Height of tree is nothing but AB, and AB is nothing but, in our case, it is AC plus BC. Okay. So here height of the tree is AB and AB is AC and BC. Here we can write broken part of tree. So I'm just giving a small explanation for this diagram. Broken part of the tree is AC, and we can say it is also A dash C. It is one and the same. So let's assume this is X meters. So I assume this is X, so this is also X, right? Now let's assume BC as Y. Even if you don't assume, it is okay. I'm assuming so that I feel that it becomes easy. Let BC, that is the remaining part of the tree, I have assumed this is Y. Remaining part of tree is Y. So indirectly, we want to find what is X plus Y. We all agree? Because I want AB. AB is nothing but X and Y. So now we have a right angle triangle. Always in trigonometry, we have to search for where is my right angle triangle. So here the right angle triangle, what you find is triangle AB, A dash BC. So in right angle triangle A dash BC, we find that this is a given angle. This is a given angle, and there are two unknown and one side is given. We just have to find out trigonometric ratio between two sides relation. So let's find first Y and then go for X, or first find X and then go for Y. So let's start with Y. So here we can find the angle is, this angle is given, this is opposite, and this one is the adjacent. So opposite and adjacent, so we can use the tan relation. So first I'll use tan 30 degree equals to BC upon A dash B. Tan 30 degree is 1 upon root 3 and BC is Y, A dash B is 8. So from this we get a relation that Y is 8 upon root 3. Okay, 8 upon root 3. Okay, we have to rationalize it. We can rationalize afterwards because this is not the final answer, right? So we can do it afterwards. We'll just keep it as it is. So Y we got, that is BC. This implies actually BC equals to 8 upon root 3 meter. Now the next aim, we have to find out what is AC, that is A dash C. Now again we will see this is angle is given. This is hypotenuse with respect to this 30 degree hypotenuse, and this is adjacent. So adjacent and hypotenuse, we all know that we can use cos relation. So let's use cos relation here. I'll use red. So cos 30 degree here, adjacent, that is A dash B upon A dash C. What is cos 30? Cos 30 is nothing but half. So cos 30 is, cos 30 is the value of cos 60 is half, cos 30 is root 3 upon 2. So root 3 upon 2 equals to 8 upon x. So this implies, here we cross multiply, root 3x equals to 16. So this implies x equals to 16 upon root 3. What is x? X is nothing but a dash c equals to 16 upon root 3 meter. So can we find AB, because that is our A? Therefore we'll just write, therefore AB equals to AC plus BC. So AC is nothing but, okay, AC is nothing but A dash C, the same. So 16 upon root 3 plus 8 upon root 3. So you can find the denominator is same. So can we add? So 16 plus 8 is 24 upon root 3. So final answer should be never kept like this. Denominator is in root, rational, we have to rationalize it. We'll multiply by root 3 up and down. So students, we get 24 root 3. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. So here cancel, 3 8s are 24. So we get A3 root 3 meter. So the final answer we can write, therefore the height of the tree equals to is 8 root 3 meter. I hope you have understood this particular video very nicely. The first thing, application of trigonometry, you need to draw the diagram, predict the diagram and do. For that, first thing you should know, angle of elevation we have learned, angle of depression, one more. Angle of elevation has one more name, inclination. Inclination, elevation is same, depression. Once you draw the diagram, you can predict very easily. I hope you have understood these two sums. We'll continue in the next video with for the further sums. Thank you, students.